Hi, welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 569. I'm Kristin Omdahl, and we are live in my beautiful tropical backyard. Becker is sitting here with us this morning, which is unusual. He doesn't always like to be on the camera. So, hi Becker, do you want to say hi to everybody? Says not really. If you pay me too much attention, I'm probably going to go away. Anyway, if you're joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you're crafting this morning. Hi, Joe. Hi, Melissa. Thanks for joining live. If anyone has questions from me, please let me know. I saw someone from Houston, bunch of names, sorry, Julie, Jill, Carrie, Thea, Dave. I missed a bunch of names, sorry about that. Becker, you should help me next time. Hi, Judy and Petra and Thea and Linda. Thanks for joining live, everybody. Happy Tuesday. This is episode 569 of Create, Share, Inspire podcast. Lisa's working on the Sweet Clara dress. Awesome. Hi, Margaret and Pamela. Thanks for joining live, everybody. Glad you could be here. So I just wanted to let you know that the mandala motif crochet tote bag is going to be available today. The pattern will be available today, and the tutorial video is going to come out today. And I will premiere the tutorial video so we can watch it together live. It's going to be a little over 30 minutes, but I go over the repeat for each round of this motif. And if you've never done post stitches or a combination of stitches like this, I think you might really enjoy watching the video before you even start crocheting the pattern, just to get an idea for how to move the stitches in different ways. So watching it along with me to get an idea for the stitches, then going back to the pattern and reading the repeats and following along. I have a beautiful detailed chart for it as well. Wait till you see the chart. It's so beautiful. And once you read the pattern, look at the chart, watch the video, I think that you will gain the confidence that you need to crochet this bag for yourself. I made this with 4 balls of Be So Baby yarn, which is still on sale for $3.99 a ball. And I used colorway Cobalt Blue, but honestly, you could do any bright color, you could do any neutral color, you could do any dark color. There's no wrong way to make a beautiful tote bag. And then you'll need a little less than a yard of fabric if you wanted to line it. But lining it is what allows the bag to keep its shape when you end up filling it up. I also did a strap on here that's very sturdy and won't stretch. It starts with crochet chain on one side and it ends with slip stitch on the other, and that's what gives the structure that you need. It's kind of the opposite of what we talk about in garments, right? I talk about foundation stitches instead of chains to allow you to have that fluidity, or not fluidity, but that stretch in the beginning of a project. Well, in a strap, you don't want that. You want something sturdy. So chain on one side and slip stitch on the other allows both sides of the strap to stay nice and sturdy. And then I used a textured stitch in the middle. Did single crochet through the back loop only to give some texture to the strap, because we all know that if something gets heavy, it ends up putting a lot of pressure on your shoulders. So I thought adding some texture to the strap would give it a little bit of cushioning. So when you put it on your shoulder, it ends up being quite soft. Isn't that great? Hopefully you can see this beautiful mandala star motif that I did here. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention is if you don't want to make this into a bag, or if you want to make it to a bag, that's not really the point. The point is you could also make this into an afghan. Can you imagine making a bunch of this motif? So the motif ends up being 13 inches square. So let's say you did 4 motifs wide by 5 motifs long. Let's say you did 20 motifs, and it's approximately, let's figure that out then. So if it was 4 balls of yarn to do the whole bag, let's say it's roughly 2 balls per motif. So if you did, anyway, we can do the math another time. This would be an amazing heirloom afghan as well. Does anybody have any questions about that? Thank you, baby girl. I love the motif too. I'm so proud of it. I absolutely love it. It reminds me of the mandalas that I like to draw. It reminds me of so many different ways that I love stars and mandalas. and flowers. It looks like a lotus flower too. I'm really, really happy with the way it came out, and I love the textured stitches. Yes, Carrie, that was the other thing I wanted to mention. It would be a beautiful pillow. So if you wanted to get a 12 or 13-inch pillow form, make two of this motif and just sew them together, this would be an amazing pillow as well. Absolutely amazing. Yes, I would love that as a pillow too. Definitely. Oh, also, okay, so it starts out as a circle motif. Can you see that from where I'm showing you here? So it starts out as a circle, and it's this round where we put in the corners to turn it into a square. Let's say you worked till just before that, the round that turns it into a square. What if you did this, just the circle part of it, what if you did that tripling the yarn with the chain plying technique and using a much bigger crochet hook and make a little rug? Wouldn't that be gorgeous? Or what if you made this and made hot pads out of it? You could do both of them and sew them together to make it double thick, and you could make hot pads. There's all sorts of ways you could do that, use this. Hi, Heidi. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like it. So I know it looks complicated, but again, if you follow the written pattern and the chart and the tutorial video, I think that you will gain the confidence you need to just do one stitch at a time and just make every step around. You will get it. It looks intricate from here, but when you see everything written out step by step, I think you can do it. Absolutely. Hi, Olivia. Hi, Nikki. Yeah, so pillows, hot pads, Afghan. Yeah, you could put stationery in there, absolutely. Hi, Donna, good morning. Hi, Val. Hi, Olivia. Hi, Janet. Thank you, Janet. Yeah, so it's going to be called the Mandala Crochet Tote Bag, and the pattern will be on my website, and the tutorial video will be here on YouTube. And once the pattern's up and the video's out, the video will get embedded into the pattern page, and the video description will have a link to get how did I line the bag? Well, I made the lining, and the instructions for it are in the pattern. So I made the lining the same size and shape of the bag, and when you see the pattern, you will see that what the shape of the bag is. In order to have a bottom gusset and the side gusset, see how there's a flat bottom and gussets on the side, so there is little very simple tabs that are added to the bottom and the sides to create that shaping. We made the lining in the exact same shape as the bag laid flat, sewed those two pieces together, and then folded the hem over and hand sewed the lining to the bag. Can you see those stitches in there? Very small stitches up here. And I just did the whole lining two rows below the top edge of the bag. And so the lining ends up having, thank you, Heidi. I'm very meticulous when I want to be. And so the lining has the same exact shape as the bag, which means the lining has the flat bottom as well, which means that it can really hold a lot and it won't stretch out the bag. So let's fill it now so you can see what I mean. Crochet bags can look really weird once you fill them if you haven't lined them first. But look, I just put 6 bags in there. I just put 6 books in there, and look at that. It didn't change the shape of the bag at all. And that's what makes a lined bag so practical. Here, let's put some more stuff in there. Why not? Let's just keep filling it, and you'll see we're not going to change the bottom or the base of the bag at all. Oh, I've got other stuff to show you today too. But look at that, you could fill it with anything. And so, yeah, we're filling it so it's getting wider, but look at how the bottom shape has not changed at all. You notice that the strap didn't stretch and the bottom didn't stretch. Okay, look at where the bag comes on my dress. See where it's at right there? I'm gonna empty the bag now, and you're gonna see that that bag and that strap did not stretch out at all, even though I put so many pounds of stuff in there. Isn't that amazing? Do you see where it is on the flower pattern there? Did you follow along? If you didn't, we'll do it again. So here's where the bag sits on my dress, right where that flower line is. And that's when it's empty. Now I'm going to put 6 books in there. Look at that. The strap didn't stretch and the bag didn't stretch. The bag did not lose its shape. And we all know that crochet bags can look really weird once you fill them. But the key to having a professional looking bag that is functional and always looks like $1,000,000 is lining it. So even though it may seem like a pain in the booty, kind of like swatching, it's so worth the effort because you get a bag that you feel proud to wear and proud to use every time you leave the house then. I guess you could line it. I don't understand what you're saying, line it too weak. Oh, making a tank top out of this? Sure you could, absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, Diane. Speaking of tank tops, look at that cute little face. You are going to stay with me up here this morning, aren't you? Becker's staying on the table. Oh, you going to watch today? Did you want to say hi to everybody? No, probably not. Okay, someone mentioned tank top. I came up with an idea last night while watching Lucifer on Netflix. Anybody watch that show? I love that show. So I have an idea for adding crochet on fabric to this tank top and turning it into a ruffled cold shoulder top. And it's going to be super duper duper easy. So we won't get to it today. Maybe we'll do this Friday for Designing Live. I was going to crochet along the edge here, then add some foundation ovals to go around here, then crochet along the back, and then foundation ovals over here, make that into a round, then add a ruffle. So the ruffle will then come here and drape around here. So it'll look kind of like sleeves. It'll also look like a cold shoulder top, and it'll have that beautiful romantic ruffle around there too. Isn't that going to be amazing? So I think I'm going to do it on this teal tank top that I think I got for $1.99 at a store. And I was thinking I was either going to use Be So Fine yarn in Ocean Teal or Tuscan Terrace. I think either of those colors would be amazing. And we're going to do a lace stitch pattern. I'm actually kind of feeling the Sweet Clara top stitch pattern, but haven't decided yet. Lily's watched Lucifer so many times. I'm watching it for the second time. I watched it live when it was on TV, and now I'm watching it, binging it on Netflix too. I love the show. I love all the characters. Yeah, so it's going to be kind of cold shoulder, kind of ruffle. So it's going to have a ruffle that comes here, and then the ruffle will drape across here. So anyway, do you remember, if you watched Lucifer at all, he was married for a short period of time to a friend that lived in Vegas named Candy. And when they got divorced, she was wearing a red top or a red dress, I can't remember, that had fabric ruffled here and then ruffled there. And I was like, what a great idea for crochet on fabric. And I have to tell you, there have been many, many, many times that I have been inspired by TV shows and different outfits or styles or costumes that characters have been wearing on the shows and created amazing knit and crochet wear items from cut and sewn garments. So seeing things that aren't even knit or crocheted and getting an idea. For example, the Tempesta top, which you may remember, is a knit pattern that I have that has 3 cutouts that look like 3 flower petals. That was inspired by an episode of Days of Our Lives many, many years ago. So this one, was it a red dress, Lily? Thank you. So you remember the ruffle, and that's what I'm planning on doing with this. And maybe we'll do it live for Designing Live on Friday, or I don't know. We'll see. But that's, since someone mentioned tank top, I thought I would bring that up. Linda, the fringe bag I made. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but yeah, I did do a fringe bag called the Queen Bee. That, oh, inspired by other things. Yeah, that was inspired by a a wool bag that, a sheepskin bag that Beyonce carried in an Instagram post, which wasn't knit or crocheted or yarn at all, but definitely inspired that project. All right, what else am I going to show you today? Oh, I've made some progress on the Mrs. Roper inspired top. So I wanted you to see that I second guessed myself, but I was actually right about how to do those half motifs to create a V shape here. And to give you a little update on this one. How gorgeous is this looking? Like, oh my God, right? Move back my chair up a little bit. I still need to bend down though. So you can see that so the mini motifs that are in the middle here are 4-sided or 8-sided, or what are they? 12-sided actually. Anyway, they're square. This is a half mini motif, and that's what we'll be doing along the lower edge to square off those sides as well. But doing that half motif really worked well for the neck opening. And so the neck opening is done now. And so the back is I can't believe how low I have to go. So the back is going to be 12 full motifs. The front is 10 full motifs and 2 half motifs. But I can't hold it up much better than that because the back's not done yet. But you can definitely get an idea for how beautiful this fabric is going to be. So there's the front is done, the back needs to be done, and then once I have all the pieces joined together, I'll create an edging for the sides and the bottom and do some sort of treatment here to the neck opening. All right, I'm gonna sit back down now. All right, does anybody have any questions about that or want me to show it again? I wanted to stand up so you could see the scale of how low it hits. I didn't want it to cover all of this area because I feel like when a poncho or a cover-up is too long, I don't know, it depends on where I'm going with the edging. I either want it to be more of a top so that you can still see your jeans and see your shape underneath, or I'm gonna go full tilt boogie and make it a longer piece for doing like a beach cover-up. Haven't decided. It'll depend on what the edging ends up evolving into and how big this ends up being once it's blocked. These are completely unblocked still, so it will get a little bit bigger still. But I am so in love with how the neck came out. It came out exactly the way I wanted it to. Yeah, if you've been watching for the last couple of weeks, you've definitely seen this evolve from just one motif. In fact, we started this on the Create Zen videos at the beach, right? I started the very first motif on camera there. Oh, so beautiful. We could even leave the tops open. I don't know, so many ways to do this, but absolutely beautiful. And it could be done in a lighter yarn and made smaller. It could be done and be way more delicate in Be So Fine yarn. This is in Be So Baby yarn, colorway Ecru. Could a beginner crocheter make that? Yeah, there's only simple stitches in there. Yeah, if you follow along the pattern chart and video, there's really nothing you can't do if you follow directions. That's why I always get stumped when people ask me what a skill level is on something. If you're open to learning something and want to learn it and are willing to follow directions, there's nothing you can't learn. And when my patterns come with chart, written instruction, and video tutorial, you get to learn all of those steps in a variety of ways. And if you just follow one step at a time, there's nothing you can't do. Nothing. Thank you, Luna. So whether it's this or anything else that I teach, there's absolutely, I believe that you can learn anything you want to learn. And I don't just mean crochet. I mean anything. If you're open to learning, excited about learning, and can follow directions, which all of us can, you can learn anything you want to learn. That's how I feel. You're welcome, Karen. Anybody that needed to hear that today, that is always, oh, baby Becker, you're sitting here with me today. That is always my belief. Who's a good boy? Did you hear him cry? Come here, sugar. Come here. He talks to me all day long. Don't you, baby? Did you hear him cry? Maybe not, since he wasn't on camera. So this is Becker. He's the one that rarely comes on camera for the show, but he's been very sucky this morning. Haven't you, baby? You gonna say hi? You gonna talk? No. Look at that little face, though. Oh. No, you're not gonna talk. Okay. Thank you, Olivia. Yeah, well, he's not shy in real life, but he's shy on camera for some reason. Well, what, honey? Now you're gonna cry? He talks to me all day long. He comes to me and just goes, It's so cute. Oh, Kim, you did hear him cry. Good. Oh, G heard him too. They hear you, even when you're off camera. I know, I talk to my kitties. I can't help it. Sorry. Here comes baby Bjorn. Hi, honey. All right, does anybody have any questions about any of the things? How long will be the last work you showed? How long until it's done? I can't give you an answer on that yet. It's just not that close to being done yet where I can give you an estimate. I mean, we all know things come up, right? If this was close to being done, I might be able to give you an estimate, but I'm not even 50% done with the crocheting on it, so I can't really give you an exact time. I'm excited about it, which means it's possible that it will be soon-ish, but I can't, you know, you never know what's going to come up on any given day. And this looks so weird. I know we had that there yesterday, but remember we did the swatches, so you could see how that dress would look in different yarns. So I have it in the Be So Baby, and then I worked it up in Be So Fine Bling and Be So Sporty Bling. I haven't decided how long the poncho will be yet. It depends on what I decide. I mean, it's just it's not close enough to being done yet where I can even tell you what I think the finished look will be. You know, it's still in the evolving process. So I have to get enough of the fabric put together to be able to see the look and the vibe, and I just haven't decided what that's going to be. You know, I feel like because I went with a thicker yarn, Be So Baby being a number 3 sport weight yarn, I feel like it's going to have a different vibe than if I'd have done it in Be So Fine, which is number 1 fingering weight yarn. So I'm still trying to figure out what the vibe is, and I won't really know until I have more of it done and see it blocked and see what kind of drape it ends up having. Yeah, I like the neckline too, Luna. I think it looks great. It's not as squared off as it looks right now. The motifs aren't joined at the top, but it'll probably be a little bit more on an angle. But anyway, we'll see more as it comes together. Lisa says, Be So Baby's a dream to work with. It sure is. It's number 3 DK weight, and it's so soft. It's baby soft. Is the bling yarn still on sale? Yes, Be So Fine Bling and Be So Sporty Bling are both on sale, $8 off. And that sale is good all week. So you can get either one of these yarns. This is Be So Sporty Bling, which is bamboo yarn with a thread of pure silver plied into the yarn in a number 2 sport weight. And then this is Be So Fine Bling, which is number 1 fingering weight bamboo yarn with a thread of pure silver plied into the yarn. They are absolutely spectacular in person. Just so beautiful. I know lots of people here have used it, so if anybody wants to give a testimonial, I know others would rather hear from you. Of course, I'm going to say it's amazing, but other people's testimonials are often very welcome and appreciated by new customers. Anyway, so those are still on sale for $8 off and will be for the rest of the week. Someone mentioned the birds today. I know, the birds have been amazing all week. We have more plumeria flowers blooming. If I can compose myself, I will show you. Oh, and all three of those orchid flowers have bloomed now. So one of them is months old and the other two are brand new. And I learned yesterday that that's normal. I did order some stakes for my mandevilla. So I'll show on Amazon. I'll show you that when they come in. My lemon trees are growing. I'm so excited. Cannot wait for that. I can't remember if I showed you my aloe babies. I really need to replant those. So my aloe plant, looks like I have 3 big aloes and 2 babies in there. I need to replant those, I suppose. And those will get flowers eventually too. Okay, and we've got lots of flowers in this bundle up here. Maybe I can see better from the other angle. And try not to scream at anybody today. And then we've got flowers over on this one too. Oh, I can't seem to get to the front of the flowers. All right, well, when more flowers grow, we'll be able to see the centers of the flowers. Those are like really high up. They're like 12 feet or something like that. When they come down lower, I'll be able to do a much better close-up for you. So pretty. Now, they are supposed to smell good, but they don't smell from a distance like jasmine and gardenia and lilac and rose. You really have to have your nose in the petals to actually smell it. But when you do, they are a sweet smelling flower as well. Okay, anybody have any other questions today? We talked about a few designs. We have a new pattern coming out today. We have a new tutorial video coming out today. So if you're signed up for my mailing list, you will be notified when the pattern's available. If you are subscribed to my YouTube channel here, you'll know when the video is premiering. When it premieres, we'll get to watch it together and I'll be able to do the live chat along the side with you. So if you have any questions, as we're going, you can ask me. Whew. It is so steamy out there. I can't believe I'm out of breath from walking outside. That's pretty embarrassing. It tells you how much I've been exercising lately. I need to get back to it. Anyway, I'll wait and see if there's any questions. That was fun showing you how the bag doesn't stretch with a lining in it, and that with the stitches that I used for the strap. That was a fun little demo this morning. I enjoyed that. I hope you did too. Because I know if you've made bags before, you've possibly been disappointed with the amount of stretch. Nope, the new Fine Jillian Shrug pattern is not out yet. I showed the photos of it yesterday because I was in the process of doing the photo shoot, but it's a couple days away from being released. The bag pattern is the first one to be released this week, and that will be out in the next hour or so. I will be finishing that up. Oh, thanks, Luna. Luna said that my yarns come with inspiration with them. That's awesome. Yeah, it is going to be fun. The shrug's really going to be a lot of fun to make too. It's very easy to make. And I will be doing a tutorial video on that, as I do with everything else when it comes out. Great questions today, guys. I appreciate it. If I missed your question, please always feel welcome to add your questions to the comments in the recorded version of the podcast, because there they stay static and I get notified about them. So if your question's important, please always feel welcome to come back to the recorded replay and leave a comment, and I will be happy to answer you if I can there. All right, so we've got some Create, Share, Inspire notebooks here. These are still on sale on my website too, $4.99, or you can find them on Amazon all over the world. And let's see, we've got volume 1, issue 2. Let's pick a quote. We just read that one. I think we just read that one too. All right, I gotta stop worrying about what we've read before, because you know what? Sometimes the beauty of random is that on any given time, even if I'm repeating a quote, it could be something that somebody needs to hear in that moment. So I've got to stop second guessing myself on the randomness. If I'm going to do it random, I've got to just pick a page. So I will try to be consistent about that. I worry so much about showing enough variety, and I got to stop. Just if it's random, it's random. Or we just start at page 1 and go through. I mean, one way or the other. Anyway, here's Henry David Thoreau. Aim above morality. Be not simply good. Be good for something. I like that. That's very inspirational. This is volume 1, issue 3. Okay, we're going to pick random. Doesn't matter what it lands on. This is from Aesop. Please all, and you will please none. So true. Other people's opinions of us are none of our business. Don't have to try to please everybody. This is volume 1, issue 4. Got to please the man in the mirror, or woman in the mirror, or human being in the mirror. That's it. Right, Becker? Becker's back. This is from Francis of Assisi. A single sunbeam is enough to drive away many shadows. That is so true. One little positive moment can make a huge impact. Volume 1, issue 5. Picking random, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if we read it before. Benjamin Disraeli. The secret of success in life is for a man to be ready for his opportunity when it comes. Yes, yes, yes. No, Jill, I have not talked about the green knit vest pattern. It's still in progress. This is volume 1, issue 6. Random, random, random. Benjamin Disraeli again. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. Love that one. Who's a good kitty ditty, huh? Who's a good boy? Hi. Sorry, couldn't help myself. This is volume 1, issue 7. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh my gosh, this is so good, so good. This is a Navajo proverb. You can't wake a person who is pretending to be asleep. Oh. This is so deep. You could apply this to so many different things. Oh my gosh. You can't wake a person who is pretending to be asleep. That's pretty powerful stuff. So let it go. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to spend a few minutes with me. I hope you enjoyed my show and tell and all the little demo and all the different things I showed you this morning. I hope you enjoyed my plant updates, my kitties, chatting with me and everyone else. Let us, excuse me. So there'll be a new pattern today, a new video premiere later today. What else? Oh, sales going on. So if you want to catch up on some great savings, hop over to my shop. There's some great sales going on. And we'll be live every day this week doing the podcast Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, same time. So I'll see you at 9 o'clock every day. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Or I'll see you later today in the premiere, too.